Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am trying to be consistent, and it's so funny because I've been wanting to do this for so long. That's the part that really shakes something in me, because it's like I really spared people at the sake of my content career, to be honest. Anyway, this video today is going to talk about some of the signs that I ignored. And I just kind of want to preface this by saying that this is a very life-altering experience. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. You become a new person after dealing with somebody like that, because it's so damaging to your nervous system that you don't recognize who you are anymore. So I'll kind of lead with that. I've always been a very strong woman. My mom don't play no games, okay? Hello? Don't play no games. She don't play no games. So I watched her growing up not play any games. So I led with that type of spirit when I was, growing up as a young adult. I met my ex when I was, I think, 26 or 27. I can't really remember. But I will lead with the fact that he was everything that I wanted on paper. A very great father. And honestly, we'll talk about what a great father really looks like later on in this season. I don't know. This series. I'm sorry. I don't know at what point I'll talk about parenting. But to me, he was a great father at first. And he had a great job. His assets weren't the best, clearly, but we're not going to talk about that. But he were like everything that I wanted. Like, he was very dedicated to like his career. So that, of course, is the reason why it even started in the first place. But the point of this video is to just talk about some of the things that you should look for or run from if you see them early on. I talked about this a little bit on my Instagram story, but I just want to just bring it over here so that it's all in one place. But love bombing is for sure the number one sign that I ignored, because I didn't even know what love bombing was at the time. I was 26 years old. What it looks like for me is immediately out the gate, he came off as very interested in me. So we met through my old coworker, and it was my old coworker's birthday. I went to a bar with him, and his boy came. We hit it off immediately. He ended up staying with me and my homegirls, and his homeboy left, and we hit it off immediately. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that first night was crazy to me. We parted ways after that night. It was so crazy how much we were connected to each other. I damn near wanted to go with him that night, but my friend was like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck in this car. So I left, and the second day we didn't talk. We talked on the phone, and we planned for a date for day 3. So day 3, we went on a date, and that date lasted all night. I had never experienced such a fun time with with another person. So that date lasted all day. We ended up staying at his friend's house. We was just up drinking all night, having a good time. We ended up staying at his friend's house. We both left. I had to go home and get ready for work. He had to go home and get ready for work. And then I was like, I'm doing a Friendsgiving, but I don't know if I'm really do it. I don't really got no money. And he offered to pay for it. Another sign, they just offer you things immediately out the gate. And that was my first time experiencing that. So he paid for the Friendsgiving. He gave me the money to get the food and stuff. So I ended up having it. I invited him as well. He met everybody immediately. So these are all signs that I'm saying. Just the meeting everybody so quick, the money being spent, the intentional time being spent. To someone on the outside looking in, even somebody listening to this right now, it may sound like, oh my God, that is beautiful. But those are really a thing. So let me just read what love bombing is. Hold on. So it reads, love bombing is when somebody comes in super intense from the start, constant attention, calling you their soulmate, making you feel like you're the most special person in the world. And in that moment, it feels amazing, but it's not real stability. It's a strategy. That intensity actually makes it harder to walk away. So definitely the whole in love with you already type of thing. I was asked to be his girlfriend very early on. And I confused that with, oh my God, he's just very intentional. He's a very good guy. And it kept me hooked. So the first red flag, and honestly, I should have freaking walked away immediately, is one of my cousins was talking to him at the Friendsgiving, or maybe another event I had that week, because that's how much we were with each other. It was like everything clashed together. He had bought me stuff for my birthday and got me a room and did all of the things for my birthday immediately. Baby, I'm thinking I hit the jackpot. So my cousin had overheard him say something like, yeah, I'm still at home with my ex-wife and da-da-da-da. And I remember I flipped out and I was like, do you honestly think that I will be talking to somebody that stays at home with their ex-wife? I told him he had to go. You got to go. I'm not doing this. So he left and he came back with everything he owned. And he was like, basically telling me like, I want you and there's nothing in this world that can stop me from wanting you. I was just married. I was just divorced. I told myself that I wouldn't date again, but you just different. You just child. They tell you everything you want to hear. You hear me? So while that was an extreme red flag, because that's something you should have disclosed, and I should have been able to decide whether I wanted to talk to you or not then. So he came with everything, and of course I thought that was this grand gesture, and basically he moved into my apartment. Red flag number fucking 50. But anyway, he has children. The children started, I met the children immediately, maybe like a month in. Yeah, it was like a month in. He posed that as intention. If it could be now or it could be later, but it might as well be now, because we're going to be together. We might as well start forming bonds now. These are all red flags. Okay, guys? So everything that I'm saying probably is a red flag. So I'm still thinking, oh my God, he's so intentional. Oh my God, he want me to meet his kids. Oh my God. Anyway, the kids came over and I started to feel like, girl, what are you doing? I did start to feel that very early. Like, you got 3 kids in your living room in a 1-bedroom apartment. Get this nigga out of here. But anyway, I just spoke about how I felt about it. And I was just like, I'm not really feeling the kids being in the living room and we all sharing one bathroom. Everybody got to get to work and school. And I'm just not feeling that. So you're going to have to do something about it So I ended up so my apartment had like a sister townhouse, like right around the corner. So I asked about it. Could I just transfer my lease over to the townhouse? Why did I do that? Anyway, we transferred my lease over to the 3-bedroom townhouse. And I made our house a home. It was just like a beautiful film. And really is, at the time, that's how it felt. But when I look back, girl, you was like 27, no kids. Girl, go party, go do something fun or something. But anyway, I became very domesticated, cooking, decorating the place really cute. And I remember one of his friends that came over and he was like, damn, bro, I feel the love, that you two bring. And that's when I was just like, oh my God, it's finally happening. Like, this my husband. That was one of them key moments. He showed me the text that his boy said, like, the love was radiating. You guys, y'all are it. So I felt the same way at the time. I was head over heels for this man. So that was our love bombing stage. He kept me hooked with paying bills, with doing things that I asked. But also he painted his ex-wife as the villain. And that's the part that I kind of want to touch on. We have to start, well, I know for me, I know now, anybody that paints their ex as the only person and the only reason why something didn't work, or their marriage didn't work, or their relationship didn't work, that is also a red flag. He painted her as this real crazy person and she was doing this and that during their marriage. But he did talk about some things that he did, which also reels you in. He kind of was honest, like, about his past. But I learned very quickly that so much was a lie. So she was the villain in his story, but he talked about her a lot. And those things started to become arguments. Like, okay, I get it. She did whatever she did, but why are you still speaking on her? Y'all gonna hear me say a lot that I'm a woman first. And I wish she was alive to hear me talk about this, but I'm a woman first. Why do you keep speaking on this woman as if you still her or something? But you probably is, because she divorced your ass and you really didn't want to divorce her. But you anyway. But I did not like the fact that he constantly spoke on her. And I gave her so much grace, y'all. I was like, look, she probably giving you a hard time because she's hurt. She's watching you do everything that she wanted in her marriage in this relationship. At the end of the day, I have requirements. And I'll say that regardless if he was going to do it or not, it was going to be a requirement of him. When he stayed in my apartment for the first 30 days, I asked him for rent on the first. I'm not playing those type of games at all. So I felt as if she was just upset because, she watching you do all of these things with someone else that she probably been asking you to do in the marriage for 13 fucking years. So I gave her a lot of grace. Damn, come on, somebody get y'all alarm. She was hurting, and I felt that because I'm a woman first. That girl wasn't just sad because they wasn't in a marriage anymore. She was sad because she put a lot of hard work, sacrifice, tears into her fucking marriage. And how dare you go over here and do this shit with this girl and come on now. I just know where she sat in that moment. I'm getting a little bit off key. So future faking, we'll talk about that, like the life plans. Like he already was like, he met my mom very quickly, talked about marriage very soon on. I'm not a person that really want to be married or have kids, but he definitely talked about that. He also had me thinking that in the beginning that I could get pregnant. This is very crazy, actually. But it was a quick one, but it wasn't very strung out long. And I'm gonna tell you how he posed it. But I remember when we first was active, I was scared because my period was late. And he just never said anything. But the man had a vasectomy the whole time. And he had his boy tell me at work, he don't want to tell you, he's scared to tell you, but he do got a vasectomy. He feel like it's going to be a deal breaker for you. Bitch, I don't even want kids. What are you even talking about? You could have told me that immediately. That's something you tell somebody immediately. So that was the thing. I didn't really think too hard on it, only because I just knew I didn't want kids. So it was just like, whatever. But again, I wasn't looking at that as a red flag. Gaslighting 101. And it's so funny because he hates these terms. Anybody like that, people like that, they hate narcissistic words. They hate when you say narcissism, or if you say gaslighting, or if you say, he hates it. He hates anything mental health related because he's a mental health patient. But gaslighting 101, everything in the world that was done was always my fault. Never, ever, ever is there ever going to be any accountability from this person. In the beginning, absolutely, because they're trying to get you hooked so that by the time you find out who they actually are, you're stuck. Any argument, anything is going to be blamed on me, no matter what. It was very intense. I'll say, and I won't dwell on gaslighting too much, but I'll say that it was always my fault. I was the reason he cheated. I was the reason we argued. I was the reason why our trip didn't go well. I was the reason why everything was my fault. And for so long, I literally believed that. I believed that it was my fault. You confrontational. You like to argue, but you're literally making me crazy. And then, so post breakup, breadcrumbing. And this is the part that keeps you kind of in the loop. So I like the word that they use when they say discarding. That's exactly what it feels like. Like you're thrown in the trash because they literally go cold on you. But because I was so hooked on this person and he made me believe that I would never get anyone better than him. And because, like I said in the beginning, everything looked good on paper, I believed that I would not get anyone better than him. And my friend asked me yesterday, like, how do you feel like you will go into love again? And I was like, I absolutely and positively don't even want to think about going back down that road again. That's how life shattering it could be. I felt like trash because he would literally trash me and pick me back up like it was nothing to him. And I loved him wholeheartedly with my whole body. I would do anything for him. I was literally, while he was out of town with his friends hanging out, I'm in the trenches looking for his missing daughter. I'm pulling up when your ex-wife died. My whole family bringing you food, cooking for you. I loved him with my entire existence, but he did not love me unconditionally. So I felt like trash to him at the end. Like disposable. But one thing about it, during that breadcrumbing, during that, even though he's cold and he's dismissive, he still don't want me to do shit. Nothing. No, you can't do anything. Like you're not supposed to talk to other people. So it became very hard for me to move on. In my brain, like even though I wasn't even really meeting people like that, but even if somebody tried to talk to me, I was just like, I wasn't fully ready. I felt so connected to this person because they made me believe that I couldn't get better than them. And I wanted so bad for the beginning stages to come back. And I said that in my last video, but I was so fixated on that part of it. It's just a matter of time. He gonna figure it out. He know I'm a good woman. I do so much for him. I do so much for the kids. He knows that I was telling myself that. So I wasn't really fully engaging with other men. I felt like I wasn't worthy of no love but his love because that's how he made me feel. I was not worthy of no love but his love. And he would always come back, always would come back. And so I felt like relief every time that he would come back. That's insane, but that's how it works. And if you look up these terms, it's literally textbook. The relief that you feel is like a dopamine feeling. But it was never about love for him. It was about control. I know that I still got her. I know she still loved me. It's an ego boost for him. All of those things. You never really cared about me. And that's a hard pill to swallow when I know I cared about this person with my entire existence. And it'll never happen again. Everything is a learned lesson. Again, I thought I could never be this person. But I will say that what my relationship looked like, I never would have thought that it would have turned into what it turned into. I thought I had the happy ending. I thought I had the man that was intentional. I thought I had the man that was a great worker, a great provider, a great father. I thought I hit the jackpot for sure. But that reeled me in, that kept me hooked to him for so long. It's really a hard space to be in because I'm trying to really retrain my mind. I need to understand that he was not good for me because I still think that he was, if that makes sense. It's life altering. And I'm pausing because I'm really marinating in what I'm saying, but it's life altering. I'll never be the same Alexis the same Alexis I was before I met him. So when people say, well, why are you talking about it still? Or why are you feeling this way now? Or why are you sharing this now? This is affecting my everyday life, my dating life, my confidence, who I am as a person. It's not just a breakup. It's a whole new me after this. And that's the part that I don't think he really understands. You changed who I am as a person. I miss the Alexis I was before I met you. The submissive Alexis, the giving Alexis, the loving Alexis, I would give anything to you, Alexis. I uprooted myself from my 1-bedroom apartment and placed you and your children basically in a 3-bedroom townhouse that y'all still live in. I left everything to you pretty much. And it's like I lost everything in the process. I had to start from scratch, get a brand new apartment, get everything brand new. I damn near feel like I got to get a new heart. Shit. But everything is fresh for me. It's been 2 years, don't get me wrong, but we were still dealing, and that's my fault. I'm not blaming that part on nobody but me because I gave myself an opportunity to leave and I let this person drag me back in every single time. But I don't think they really understand what they did to me, what they caused me. So why now is because I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling like I'm trash, like I'm disposable, like I never mattered. It's time for me to really get back to me. And when I thought I did that last year, I started to cycle back over. And then now with the recent events, I feel like I am back at square one. I feel like who I was July 22nd, 2022, when I moved into this apartment. I feel like that girl again. And I did so much work on myself. I started making fashion content because it was something that lit a fire in me. I started reclaiming my confidence back because I've always been a very confident girl, but that person tore me down. The recent events that happened, like I said, I can't really speak on them, and I will speak on them if I'm able to, but I can't right now. In the recent events, they made me feel like I'm back at square one. I did so much work to let somebody bring me out of character when they absolutely positively don't even care about me at all. So with that being said, I just wanted to touch bases on a lot of things that I ignored. I know it kind of went left just a little bit, but I'm speaking from the heart. I mean, I wouldn't wish this feeling on anybody, literally anybody in this world. People will literally drag you through the mud, move on with their life like you never even mattered to them. And that's when you stand the fuck up, you reclaim who you are, you heal, and you come back better than fucking ever. And that's my plan. That's my goal. I'm not letting this consume me anymore. I said that in my last video, but that's just the only thing that I could say. It consumed me. And I want to talk more about it with y'all because it is my story. It changed who I am as a person. So I do want to talk about it. But I thank you if you listened to this far. I'll see you guys in the next one, and bye.